name is Courtney, and I have lived in Knoxville for about 12 years. I'm from Michigan. Came down here for a guy. I came from a big family. I'm the oldest of 4 daughters, big extended family, and I had never really gone anywhere outside of Michigan. And so I met my daughter's father up there. He lived here, and I came down here, and we got married, and then we had Naomi in 2015. After I had Nay, the first couple years were really hard. I had like postpartum depression really bad, and it was just really devastating to my marriage, to be honest. You know, I knew like it wasn't the best, but I didn't know, you know, I'm like, it'll be all right, we'll get through it. And then it just kind of came to a point one day where we had this conversation, and it was like, this isn't working. I realized in the days leading up to that day that like, this was it. Like, my life is about to change, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I felt so empty. I felt so embarrassed. I thought like my marriage is ending. And that had been my whole life up until that, you know, my grown-up life up until that point. I just thought like, how could I have failed at that, you know? And I clearly am failing as a parent. And, you know, I just never felt so empty and angry and sad. I didn't grow up really going to church, and then moved here and didn't go to church, but was one of the first questions everybody always asked me, what church you go to? What church you go to? A lot of people mentioned Faith Promise over the years, but I never went anywhere. And then I ended up here, and it was a Sunday morning, and Naomi was 3, just wanted to get out of the house for a little bit. So we got in the car. I was in sweatpants. I hadn't been eating. I hadn't been sleeping. And it started pouring rain. And she was screaming in the back seat because she hated the car back then. And my nerves were just done. Like I was done. And so knew I had to pull over somewhere. I parked over here, and I was looking, and I'm like, services were getting ready to start. Obviously, there were people coming in. It was pouring down rain. And I thought, well, I'm just gonna take her out of the car. Like, surely they'll let me sit in the lobby until the rain stops. We walked through the doors, and we're soaking wet, just feeling like death. And these 2 women just came up to me, and you know, one, she just put her arms on me, and the other one bent down and started talking to Naomi. Naomi was she'd stopped screaming finally, but she was kind of looking around like, where are we at? They started talking to me, and I just kind of collapsed into tears. I was just like surrounded by this love by 2 total strangers. And I was feeling so empty of love in that time. I remember leaving that day and thinking like, I'm never gonna have that, but that's what I want. I wanna be like that. When people meet me, that's what I want them to feel like. I just started coming back because I felt better after I left here. I started to feel more comfortable. Like, your guard is up at first, but I'm like, okay, I can start to maybe talk to some more people, and I can start to maybe go to some of these activities and get a little bit more involved when I can. Blunt it's smaller. To me, it feels intimate. I know the people here. It looks big, but it feels small. And no one seems to forget here. They remember you, they remember your family. There are so many kids and people in general that need a place like this. And that can only happen if we're willing, you know, to put in the work and to go out there and open doors up to other people who need it. I have no idea what my life would look like if I had not had, you know, this place here. And so to be able to give that to anyone else, even just one person, you know, just one person walked through the door and you just spoke to one person all day. If it changed their life, it would be worth it.